Hey guys, Underground Geek here. So I'm driving to work today, or I'm driving to the gym really, and I thought it'd be a good chance to pull a Diversity in Comics and recap on some things that went on yesterday in the world of Twitter. It's funny because something I've noticed is I've never had so much opposition before I stated my opinion. You know, when you get on social media, as long as you're silent and you don't say anything against the main narrative, nobody really says anything to you. But the minute that you say, hey, I like something or I don't like something, and somebody else may like it, you're wrong. And they're going to tell you why you're wrong, and there's nothing you can do to convince them that you're not wrong. And my thing is, I don't care. Like, if I like something or I don't like something, that's mine. That's my thing. You can't stop me. Sorry. And if a story is not good, you can't make it good just by telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. That doesn't work. Sorry. I'm still not going to go buy the comic. I mean, I don't understand how this is going to change anything. Well, anyway, so yesterday I had uploaded my Secret Empire, I think it's Secret Empire number 9 review, and somebody had made a funny Jack Kirby Twitter account. So he got on there and he was posting about, I can't believe they did this to my characters, and that was pretty funny, So before I could respond, somebody found that tweet where I had uploaded the video, found where the Jack Kirby account had said that, and thought they just had to prove him wrong. They just had to tell him why he was wrong. This was uncalled for. They weren't going to stand for it. That whole deal. Virtue signaling. You don't know what stories are. You don't know what nuance is. All this kind of stuff. And I'll bring up the tweets here. So, the Jack Kirby account said, why is Nick Spencer butchering my creations? So that was pretty funny, Well, immediately this other person says, Rogers walked away from Cap as Nomad back in the 1970s, and then capitalizations, while you were still alive, and that wasn't Spencer's doing. And so I became curious. I said, I didn't know that was the same as Nazi Cap. And so then, if you ever talk to those kind of people, they immediately want to play coy. They don't want to answer straight questions. And that's why if somebody's coming at you like that, you always go on the offensive and ask them direct questions. You don't start answering their questions. You ask them direct questions until they leave. Because they're not going to answer your questions because they don't have anything to back it up. They just had that beginning statement because they were flipping through their Twitter feed, and they're just making comments on people's things, and they don't think anybody's actually going to react to it. Well, that was a miscalculation, because if you get on my Twitter and start making comments to other people and to me, I'm probably going to say something, and I'm not going to say something mean. I'm just going to ask you to back it up. I mean, if you can't back it up, backing it up, backing it up, like that guy on Ant-Man said, backing it up. And so he started playing coy, and I said, is Nazi Cap the same as Cap putting down the shield? And they said, yeah. And I said, why is that? And then, they immediately start I give up, why is that? That's the whole schoolyard thing of, no, I'm not, you are. No, I'm not, you are. That's the kind of games these people play. And it's sad because this guy's job is actually a journalist writer. And he's like 40-something years old, and yet he acts like he's 12. This is the things these kind of people do. They want to play like they're so high and mighty and mature and all this kind of stuff until you start asking them questions, and then they're a 12-year-old in the schoolyard. But this went on and on. And I said, I asked you, can you not just back up your statements? So this probably went on and on for hours. I mean, he kept giving vague answers like, you don't know anything about story writing and blah, blah, blah. But if you keep hounding somebody, eventually their true notions of why they're arguing you will come out. They say, is everything you type a question because you can't think for yourself? They have to make fun of you. They have to try to rile you up and hit you personally because they can't back up their statements. And then this person started talking about, that's why you don't like Secret Empire. That's why you don't like Secret Empire, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, okay. Now we know why you're really upset. You were offended because somebody didn't like something that you liked. And you had to go out of your way to tell them why they're wrong. And it's funny that he said that, because when it really started getting down to the meat and potatoes of the conversation, he said, I was talking to Jack, I wasn't talking to you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you're on my tweet talking and commenting, and it come up on me, and you didn't think I would respond? I was talking to Jack. And I said, yeah, you're still playing the schoolyard punk kind of deal where I was talking to Jack, meanie. I wasn't talking to you. Ooh. And that just went on and on and on. It didn't go anywhere. And I said, it's okay. I said, just because somebody doesn't like something that you like, it's okay. But if you can't back up your statements, then you need to go. Okay, just go somewhere else. And this continued to go on and on. And then if they can't get away with it that way, what they'll start trying to do is they'll start trying to tweet multiple conversations at the same time to try to confuse you. And that's when you just stop. You don't answer the other tweets unless you're answering with the same thing. Like when he was tweeting multiple things at the same time, I would answer with the same question. Well, why are they the same? Why is Nazi Cap the same as Nomad Cap that actually put down the shield to fight Nazis? Why is that the same? Why is that cap the same as a mind-controlled Nazi cap? They're not the same. They're the same as they're both comics, if that's what you're saying. But they can't ever back their statements up. And it's just sad that those kind of people feel the need to do that kind of stuff and harass you, but they can't come up with any kind of statements. And then it turns around to you're harassing them. It always comes back to you're harassing them. And then then they were saying, well, just because I like something doesn't make me a Nazi sympathizer. Then they're offended. Then they're like, oh, you're calling me a Nazi. And I was like, wow, this is reverse Nazism. Now he's trying to say I'm calling him a Nazi because he can't explain himself. This is a 40-year-old reporter that can't answer a simple question. It's really funny. It's almost like these people are just floating through the Twitterverse, just commenting on things without any kind of thought to a rebuttal. Oh my God, somebody answered my tweet. What do I do now? Well, I better make fun of them because I don't have anything else to say. And I'll go ahead and tell you that they always use the same tactics like that, but then they start using words like problematic and subjective and things like that. These are the kind of words that the liberals come up with in the last couple of years to use for everything. Your thoughts are problematic. And it's like, okay, are you from the book 1984? Because you sound like a zombie right now. But I don't know. That was just, it's funny. It's funny the way that these things come up. And then, it always ends with, well, the guy said, well, you just read whatever comics you want. Okay, I will. I'll read whatever comics I want. And I'll tell you about comics I don't like. And I stated in my video why I didn't like it. Okay. And you come up with nothing. And you're a journalist. And I'm just some guy. So, okay. You go on with your life and reporting nothing, and I'll go on talking about comics. Cool? Cool. All right. These people are just crazy.